Good morning everyone and welcome to episode 21 of the CARP hunt. Today guys, I'm going to be fishing down at my local club water just on Heron Lake again. I've got 2 days ahead of me, so you know, hopefully might be able to winkle one out this time. I've been struggling a little bit down here lately, so you know, I think there has been a few fish being caught, not too many though of this week. We're on Wednesday now. I came down yesterday just to trickle in a bit of pre-bait, you know, on a couple of spots, not much, just a little handful on each spot. Just I'm trying a new bait today as well, but I'll give you a little chat about all some of the new things that I've got going on in my fishing now at the minute. But yeah, we'll have a chat about that in a little while. But yeah, so I came down yesterday just to introduce a little bit of this bait. I don't think it's been used on this lake before, so it's nice just to get a couple of handfuls in there. If there's fish moving around, they might come across that and be like, ooh, that's tasty. And yeah, once I put a bit more in now today, you know, it's part of the battle won, hopefully. But yeah, there was a couple of people down here yesterday. There wasn't a fish caught from what I know of. I didn't see any. There was nothing caught while I was there, and the anglers I spoke to hadn't caught anything. It was fairly busy down here. There was a few anglers down here yesterday. The temperature still ain't really got up there yet. It's 5 degrees in the car now, so you know, the temperatures ain't getting up to them kind of around that spring vibe yet. You know, we had that little spell where we were getting 10 to 12 degrees. I think it might get up to about that today. But yeah, I think this is going to be the warmest day of the week as well. So yeah, hopefully the fish do feel that and they know that as well. Then yeah, that might spur them on a little bit today. But yeah, we shall see. For now, guys, I'm going to go and get a lap done of the lake. And yeah, see where I'm going to be fishing today. I only put a bit of bait on 2 spots yesterday, so you know, I'm more than likely going to go into either one of them. But I am going to do a lap of the lake just to see what else has been going on down here. But yeah, I know we shouldn't do it, have our mindset about where we're going to fish, but I do sort of have a mindset, you know, of where I'm going to go. I sort of know this lake quite well now as well, so I tend to know sort of how the fish like to move around in here. Doesn't mean I'm going to catch them on every session just because you know this bit of information, but you know, anything you can learn about their movements and stuff like that is always going to put you in a bit of better stead for the day when you're fishing down here. But yeah, I'm definitely still going to do it. I always do a lap of the lake anyway. Spend about 20 minutes to half hour having a walk around just to see what's going on, see if anything gives itself away, makes it obvious of where they are and there's a big shoal of them or anything like that. But yeah, so I'm going to shut up waffling now, guys, and yeah, get my boots on and get a lap done of this lake. And yeah, I'll see you when I'm set up in a swim. Tight lines. So yeah, I'm in my chosen swim now. Spent a good 20 to 30 minutes having a good lap around the lake. I'm the only one on here so far, so no one else has turned up, so got the old lake to choose from. But yeah, didn't really see anything. right at the very top end in that big patch of reeds up there. You know, there might be one or two. There's the odd stem knocking in there, so you know there might be one or two fish in there, but not enough to make me change my mind to fish up to there. Because you know, like I say, like I've said in previous episodes, they are hard enough to draw out. They were right in deep amongst them reeds as well, so really unfishable. You'd have to be right tight to them reeds, and yeah, try and draw them out. But yeah, so I sort of gave that a miss. But where I have come, I've come into the car park swim. Like I said, I've trickled in a bit of bait around here yesterday, so I've only put a little bit more bait in over the top of them spots, like, you know, only a handful, because you know the fish might not have been on them spots yet. They might not have turned up down there. So yeah, so the spots I'm fishing is, if you've watched the previous episodes where I've been in the car park, it's a similar spots. You know, there's an overhanging tree to my right, so I've got one flicked down underneath there. The aerator, I've put one straight to that, and then just at the bottom shelf off the island, I've got one there as well, and that went down with a proper firm donk. That one did. You know, that's the hardest spot that I've felt and found in this place throughout most of my time fishing here. You know, like that's definitely it's got to be a spot that they visit quite regularly to be that firm when the rest of it's quite silty. The lake has actually been siltexed, I think it was like 2 weeks ago now, but you know, that spot's always been there. I've always found a nice firm dunk down on that spot there. So yeah, we'll see what today brings. Hopefully, you never know, might have a fish on the bank today. It's feeling quite good for it. You know, it's quite muggy still. The temperatures ain't great, but there's no wind, there's not an ounce of wind. It does feel really muggy. The bit of news I've got as well is, as you can see from my hat here, is I had a tackle company reach out to me, Pulse Fishing Tackle. They obviously do all carp end tackle and bits and bobs, a few tools and things like that. And then they're a relatively new company. But the reason I've decided to go with them as well is you see a lot of these tackle companies out there trying to get a start up, and what they do is basically they build up a customer base through team members. So I was on one before for a short period of time, and all I was seeing every day on the team members page, like, you know, you all get added into a group, and there was like 10 to 20 new members a day kind of thing going on there, and that isn't building a team. That's not building a family around the company kind of thing. You know, that's just building your customer base by offering people a small discount and just making them be a team member. But yeah, when this company has reached out to me, they says that, you know, we're not going to be about that. We are just a small firm. We're going to only have a small team, a group of team members, a couple of consultants and things like that. So yeah, that's why I've jumped on them. So go and have a check out of them, guys. I am using their tackle today as well, so hopefully, you know, I can have my first fish using their tackle. The rigs of choice I've gone with today as well is two of them are fishing on D rigs and one's on a Ronnie rig, and yeah, I'll see how they get on today. Also as well, I'm now joined up with Mad Baits. You know, there's a couple of lads on the Isle of Wight that use them, and there's been some good results on them. You know, there's a couple of lads that fish down here, and they've been showing me their baits and that. And you know what? It's an absolute quality bait. I'm all for sticky baits and mainline and CC things like that. You know, but the prices that you can end up spending, and in today's world now, the boilies that are coming through from these smaller companies, and Mad Bait's quite a big company as well. You know, the quality of their bait is absolutely spot on. I'm using one called the Pandemic, and I tell you what, it smells absolutely amazing. It's like a fish meal base, a couple of other fishy kind of things in it, and it's got like a spice in it as well. But yeah, it smells absolutely amazing. The glug's awesome with it as well. It's actually got chili flake in the glug as well, so yeah, brilliant stuff. And yeah, I'm also a member of Monster Particles now as well, so I'm still waiting on my first order to arrive for that as well. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be going in with my particle this year. You know, a lot of people shy away from it because they think, oh, it's just going to attract bream and nuisance fish. But you know, that it can be the case a lot of the times. But you want to add that in there. Once you weed, if you're willing to weed through them nuisance fish, you know, the carp are going to turn up, and when they turn up, they're going to stay there for a very long time. So even though you might have to catch a good few bream along the way, you're going to end up banking some of the biggest and better carp in your lake as well. You know, it's going to hold them fish there for a long time. So, and yeah, I'd be silly not to go with Monster Particle. You know, it's probably one of the best firms out there for particles. So yeah, I'm on with them now as well. So things are looking good for me. The channel's growing, and yeah, and that's due to all of your support. So I thank you very much for all of that, guys. For every one of you that hit that subscribe button, for every one of you that hit that like, you know, that's keeping me going. That's building. This is you're getting me to these stages. So you never know. I don't know where this channel can take me in the future and how far it can go. But you know, it's all going well at the moment. I've only been doing it for 4 months now, and yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing with the feedback I'm getting from it and how it's expanding. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for that. Yeah, for now I'm going to shut up waffling, get a coffee on, and hopefully nab a fish today. Speak to you soon, guys. Guys, so yeah, like I said earlier, I'm with Mad Baits now as well, and yeah, I had my first order arrived the other 2 days ago. Now my first order arrived. Didn't get a massive order, you know. I'm just starting me out just to get this little campaign kicked off. I just ordered I had 10 kilo of bullies, so I ordered 5 kilo of 12 millers, 5 kilo of 15 millers, and yeah, then I got some wafters, some pop-ups, and then a glug as well. Now what I've done to prep all my bait up is about in a bucket. What I've done is I've put about 3 kilo of the 15 millers in there, half a bag of the 12 millers in there as well. I gave that all a good mix up together. And then on the 15 millers as well, what I did was chopped about 1 kilo just in half, put them in, and then I blended about half one, so I could make up I've got a bucket there just for solid bags, you know, just some boilie crumb. And then yeah, just what I'll do then is in the bucket with all the boilies all prepped up like that, is just give them a little covering, a little glazing in the glug, give it all a shake up, and then just a couple of scoops of the powder, bait boilie crumb powder kind of thing then as well on top of it. It basically just gives it all that bit, just a bit more of attraction, something floating through the layers kind of thing, you know. It's just that kind of little boost to the bait. But the stuff smells absolutely awesome. It's the pandemic. It's called the pandemic. This one is. There you go. But yeah, it's awesome stuff. It's got like a spicy. It's a fish meal kind of spicy thing. But yeah, when you taste it on your fingers afterwards, and it's really sweet as well. It gives out a lot of sweetness in there. In this one, what I've done, because with the pop-ups you get a little a little glug pot as well. Where did I put it? I've got it here somewhere. There it is. So you get like a little booster in there as well. So what I've done is I've just in a little pot, just put a few of the wafters in there and some of the pop-ups just to get them glugged. I ain't using them yet. I'll keep them glugging for about a month, just to yeah, before I start using them, just to give them that extra boost. So yeah, there's the pop-ups. You get a pot of 12 millers and 16 millers, I think they are, in there. Nice like washed out pink kind of colour tone. I don't know if you can really see on there, there's a bit of a glare, but yeah, smell absolutely amazing, they do. And then yeah, that's the pandemic glug as well. I don't know if you can see the flakes in there, look, the chili flakes. Absolutely awesome stuff that is. It smells absolutely amazing. The reason I've gone for this bait down here as well, this more type of fish mealy kind of bait, is I was on sticky baits last year down here. I was using them a lot, and I was just using the krill, and they done me well last year. I had a lot of fish on there compared to the manila. So yeah, I thought I'll go with the fish meal type based one for this season coming up, and yeah, see how I get on with that. But they do a few other flavours as well. Yeah, but it's definitely worth having a look. Going over onto their webpage and have a look, guys. They do some great bundle deals as well. You know, like 10 kilo deals, 20 kilo deals, all the way up to like 100 kilos and stuff like that. But I think they've got offers on at the minute as well. While we're in lockdown, they're doing extra off of the already discounted deals. So yeah, get over and have a look at them, guys. Yeah, like I say, the catch rate on them that I've noticed over here on the Isle of Wight and some of the waters over here, they've been catching everywhere they've gone. So you know, I'd be silly to have turned it down and not jump on it and yeah, have a crack at it. You know, like I said before, it's all well and good using all these top branded companies. Gives you a bit more dent in your wallet. So yeah, you know, when you're getting the more value for money, and the quality is just as good nowadays coming out of these other type of companies now. So yeah, like I say, guys, head over, give them a go, and yeah, check them out. I'm sure you'll be pleased with what you find. guys, so yeah, we're at midday now. Nothing really going on at the minute. Look at where the swim that I'm fishing in this car park, when I can see the whole length of this one side of the lake, and I've had my eyes glued on the water and I haven't seen nothing. Yeah, as you can hear now, the heavens have just opened up. It's gone really grey and gloomy and horrible, yeah. It's just, and a fair bit of rain now. So hopefully, you know, being down, this is the deepest sort of corner of the lake. You know, never know. Might just push a few fish on the bottom down here, get them feeding on that bait that I've put in. Fingers crossed. But yeah, like I say, not really seen anything else to go on. If I do, you know, if I do see a fish crash up towards that top end or anything like that, if I see something different, I'll just reel in one rod, reel the rods in, grab a rod and just go and sit up there for an hour or two and yeah, try and nick a bite that way. But unless I see something to go on, then I'm just going to keep my feet firmly planted today. I think over these next 2 days now I'm going to do more of a bait and wait approach rather than try and chasing them around the lake, as I say, unless I see something. But yeah, it's going to be a bait and wait approach for these 2 days in this swim, I think. So yeah, hopefully something happens today. Hopefully this new bait, like, you know, first day out on this new bait, nothing happens today. You know, I've got 2 days, so yeah, hopefully something happens, something, hopefully. But yeah, we shall see. I'll speak to you soon, guys. Oh, buddy. Oh, they're going mad up there. Looks like I'm moving. Bosh. Right, guys, so yeah, just after seeing them couple of shows, I thought, you know, instead of just sitting there on my hands, got to do something. Let's be a little bit productive. It's 3 o'clock now, so yeah, I seen them show that fish show out in the middle here, kind of thing. Not far off of the reeds that are sort of like up towards the middle of the lake, sort of around that area. But obviously, as you've seen, it's sort of out in the open water. So yeah, I thought I might as well come up here and try an hour or two up here, see how we go. And there's obviously some fish up here, seeing that one crash. Yeah, so what I've done is just one towards them reeds and then one right out in the open in the middle. The one in the middle is just fishing on the Ronnie rig. That's the Ronnie rig one that I've got with the washed out pink pandemic pop up. So yeah, something nice and visual, so hopefully, you know, they might see that and just home in on that straight away. Me and Sean have been trickling in a little bit of bait round in the reed bed just up here as well, so you know, I've put one straight back in off of there, and that's just fishing on one of the pandemic wafters. You know, I don't need to go putting any bait in, and know there's a bit of bait in there already. So yeah, it's just a case of getting it I've got in this swim, cast 2 rods out and out for a run. But yeah, we'll see, hopefully this pays off. But yeah, like I say, I'll give it an hour or two in here, and then yeah, probably head back down for the last hour or so. You know, we can fish till 6 o'clock now as well. They've changed it from 5 o'clock off the lake to 6 o'clock, so yeah, that's good. It gives us an extra hour. Sorry, I keep looking at the lake. You know, it's just one of them now. I'm trying to just keep my eyes on the water. Yeah, so we've got an extra hour of fishing now as well. So for that last hour, I'm probably going to fish in this swim now till about 4 or 4, head back down there so I can get the rods back out in there for a little while I'm packing down little bits and bobs and stuff like that as well. So yeah, hopefully we might still nick one before the end of today. We shall see. I'll update you as soon as anything comes. So yeah, we've come to the end of this first day now. Sadly no fish on the bank, but hey ho, we wouldn't have it any other way, would we? Yeah, I just finished off the day in that swim there. I gave it to like 10 past 5, and then it looked like, you know, there's a good few rain clouds coming over. We was due a bit of rain, so I thought get back to the other swim quick, just pack everything down, get it in the car. Lo and behold, just as I got the last thing in, it started absolutely hammering it down. Don't know if you can hear it now, but yeah. So yeah, timed that one perfectly. But yeah, it's only 5:30 now. Sadly we've missed out in the last half hour's fishing, but I don't think anything was going to happen anyway, really, you know. At least I've just got everything. I've literally, I don't know if you can see on here, I'll show you. Everything, all the rods, everything's just all still, even the bivvy's not even packed away, only folded in 2 of the arms on that and just thrown it into the back. Just to get it all in, just so it didn't get all soaking wet. But yeah, so like I say, end of day 1. No fish on the bank, sadly. Still got tomorrow to go though. I'm in 2 minds what to do tomorrow, you know. It's been the last few sessions now down here where whenever we start seeing fish showing, it's from the island that's further up the lake and up towards that end kind of thing, where all these fish are showing all the time, and most of the fish are coming out as well from between the islands and round on the upper side round there kind of thing. So yeah, even though I've put some bait in down this side, you know, I don't want to just sit on bait. Yes, I think, I'm not too sure yet. I'm going to have a look when I get here in the morning, see what the weather's like tomorrow. I think it's meant to be a bit colder tomorrow, but yeah, I'll have a look and see what it's like. But yeah, most probably I might have a little move up towards the top end somewhere tomorrow, because you know, I can't just sit behind static rods all the time. I am trying every time I'm meant to try and make something happen. Again, as soon as I see them fish showing today, I'm sure it was 2 different fishes. I'm going to have a look on the camera when I get home, like, have a proper look at it, but I'm sure it was a common and a mirror. I know 100% the first show was a common, but I'm not too sure what the second one was. But I'm going to have a look when I get home. So, but yeah, after seeing that, you know, I've sat there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes for, shall I or shall I? But then, yeah, I made the move, went up there, and we've done what I got in that swim at 3 o'clock. So I did like just over 2 hours in that swim. Sadly, not a bite, but you know, I was trying. I'm always trying. But yeah, so. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll get back to you all when I get down there in the morning. Good night, guys. See you in the morning. Good morning, guys. Welcome to day 2. Back down the lake now. I've chose to start off the day in the swim that I started in yesterday. Basically, I'm in the car park swim. Done something a little bit different today. Instead of having one flicked under that tree, I've gone with 3 on the line, so where you've got the aerator out there, so I've gone 1 to the left of that at the bottom of the shelf, 1 at the aerator, and then 1 to the right of it. You know, you can just get the casting just over the tree a little bit, bring the tip of the rod down, it drops in nicely behind it. So they're all fishing at just under 6.5 wraps all along that line there. So yeah, I did put a bit of bait in along that line yesterday as well, so hopefully, you know, some fish might have moved in on that last night, moved down towards this side, hopefully. But there's a bit of an easterly wind today, so it's coming in across the. I weren't going to bother setting the bivvy up today, just in case I wanted to move around and stuff like that. But yeah, I've knocked it up because there's an easterly blowing in over the back of me, so there is a bit of a chill in it. It's still quite muggy, quite warm, but there's a chill in that wind. So you know, it's, as you can see, the lake's sort of flat, calmish at the minute. But when I got here, it was pushing quite a bit up that way. So the wind's died off a fair bit now, but if we do get some big gusts throughout, any gusts throughout the day, you know, but that bit of cold wind blowing up to that top end, it might just be enough to persuade the fish to move back down this way of it. You know, hopefully that's the plan anyway. But what I will be keeping my eyes on the water again, and if I see something to go on, I'll move it. I'll up sticks and just leave everything else here. Just take all the basics that I need and go and have a move around. You know, the lakes are very quiet at the minute as well. There's only just one other angler that's just turned up as well. So, you know, I reckon it's going to be a quiet day again on here. So I've got most of the lake to move around to if I see anything going on. So yeah, that's the plan for today, guys. Hopefully I can bag my first carp out the club water this year. Fingers crossed. Come on, I need it. I've had a mover swim. It's only 9 o'clock, but since being set up down in that car park swim, I've seen 2 shows up in this area here. Roughly around where I seen them shows yesterday at like 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Around the same place, but what you have got in this swim is just over here. There's a nice cove area in there. Now you can't get in there without a bait boat. You've got a lot of overhanging trees. You I've got in as close as I can, you know, without touching the trees. You've got to give it a good punch in there to get it in. Yeah, that's why it's ideal for a bait boat really on this lake, especially when, you know, when the trees are all at their fullest and everything in there. To get into some of these spots, it's worth having a bait boat. But yeah, so since sitting down in the other swim, I've seen 2 shows literally in front of this cove area. So, you know, the first one I was like, all right, it's one show. But yeah, the second one, another one bosh out. Plus I've seen the reeds, they're just to my left, like the reeds that were up in the middle of the lake, they're to my left. So I've got one flick down in front of them on this, obviously this side of them. And then I've got 2 fanned out to the island over there, just roughly where I've seen these shows. So hopefully this move pays off now today. And I can nick a fish, you know, like I say, it's only 9 o'clock, so we've got a good few hours now up in this swim where there's a few fish. You know, I don't know whether there's something keeping them up here as well, because obviously seen them shows yesterday and there's still fish about up here in this area, so they're obviously enjoying this part of the lake at the minute. So yeah, hopefully there's a fair few of them around here and I'll manage to nab one. Come on. Fingers bloody crossed. Yeah, I'll update you as soon as anything carpy happens, guys. Guys, so that move's paid off. The rod over towards the cove has only been in 5-10 minutes, and yeah, it's gone screaming off with a nice mirror. I think it's one of the new stocky ones we've got in here. It's just under 15 pounds, so not the biggest, but I tell you what, when they look like this, there we go, guys. And that was taken on the pandemic wafter as well, on the D-rig. Absolutely buzzing with that one. My first fish from here now this year. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with it. I'll give you a quick look at the other side. But yeah, it just goes to show as well, guys, you don't sit on your hands. You see something, be active. I could have sat down in that car park swim now all day and not caught a fish. But even if this is the only fish today, you know, it's a blank saver. Go on, get away. Check that out. Nice little single scale there on its side as well. Beautiful fish, and yeah, hopefully plenty more to come today. So yeah, we'll get this one back, and yeah, we'll get that rod back out there. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Right guys, so second fish of the day. Absolutely buzzing. It's a new PB common for me. Oh, here we go guys, check that out. Awesome common. Let's give you a look at the other side. Big long lean fat thing. And I tell you what, it just goes in short in the importance of having that move as well. You know, if you're seeing fish, don't sit on your hands, because I wouldn't have caught this beast today. Absolutely buzzing with that one, guys. So chuffed. You know, I've worked really hard in here this year. Oh God, right, buzzing. Right then guys, so the moment of truth. Yeah, although it's a new PB for me, my previous PB common was a 27.5 pound. This one was 29 pound on the nose. The late record is 29 pound 6, so it's almost there, you know. It's only a few ounces off, but yeah, who cares when they look like that. A nice dark black common like that, you know. 29 pound PB, awesome stuff, awesome. I'm absolutely buzzing. And you know, it makes me feel even more confident in these companies that I'm now representing as well. All that was caught on Pulse Fishing Tackle components. You know, I'd made up a D-rig out of the components that I had from them. And then yeah, I'm fishing on the Mad Baits, the Pandemic range, and that was just caught on a wafter. And they're quite small, the wafters are, so it does just good to show as well. Those smaller baits do tend to often pick out the bigger fish as well. So you know, that's just instilled a load of confidence in me now moving forward with these companies. I've got Monster Particles. My order with them's arriving Friday, but you know, that speaks volumes for itself anyway. I'm glad to be a part of that as well, and yeah, I'll definitely be adding that into my fishing this year. But yeah, take nothing away from that though, you know. I'm just absolutely, but it's only 1 o'clock now as well, and so you know, the rods are back out there. I had one fishing down the margin, you know, every bite I've had now, they've gone to go for this margin, this little tree line kind of thing. So I've just brought that one in. It's not doing nothing. Brought it in, get it out of the way. You know, if you never know, the next one that rocks up could be that big common, the lake record common. So I don't want anything to be in the way of that, you know. But it shows as well, persistence pays off. I've worked so hard all throughout this winter, and that was my reward for it. You know, I haven't had that many fish out of here throughout the winter. I've had one 20 pounder, just over 20 pound if I remember correctly. That one was, I can't remember exactly. And then yeah, I've had nothing since that one from here, and then come today now, and I've had 2 fish out so far. I've had that one that was like just under 15 pound mirror, nice little clean mirror, lovely little dark colours on it as well. You can tell they're all carrying these winter colours. And then yeah, cracking 29 pound common. Absolutely blown away with that. Absolutely chuffed. And I know I've already said it as well, but guys, do not sit on your hands, especially at the minute when we're only on day sessions. It's okay sitting on your hands a little bit when you've got long sessions ahead of you. You know, the fish might end up turning up on you, but when you're in a short day session like these and you're seeing fish, you've got to make that move. You've got to try and get to them and try and catch them if they're there. You know, get on them, get the bait out by them. You ain't going to catch them over down the other end of the lake. So yeah, I think that's one thing that I'm really putting into my fishing a lot more lately as well, is that getting rid of that lazy angler. You know, we'll see how it goes when I'm back doing my 48s and 72s and stuff like that. More of a bait and weight approach, but even still, I'd probably still would end up having a move now. Like if I see fish up the other end of the lake like I have been yesterday and today, I probably still will go for that move now in the future. But yeah, let's hope we have another fish today. I'm not fussed if I don't. You know, I'm absolutely buzzing with how the day has gone today, but you know, we always want more, don't we? Come on guys. Yeah. Fish number 3 off that same spot. Rod's only been back out there probably about an hour and a half. Yeah, got another common, nowhere near as big as the last one, mind. It's a very lively one though. Don't want to calm down at all, this one don't. Yeah, £14 this one was. There we go. Cracking little common. But yeah, like I say, a bit smaller than the other one, but she'll do nicely. 3 fish now so far today. Get in. Well happy. Get this one back now. Get that rod back out in that spot and hopefully pick up another one before the end of the day. So nice. Right guys, so we've come to the end of this episode now, and yeah, what a day it's been. You know, starting off from yesterday was a bit difficult. Well, it was very difficult going, and then yeah, seen them a couple of shows yesterday afternoon, like about 2:30, 2:45. Then decided to make the move and got up to the other end of the lake for 3 o'clock. Sadly, didn't end up catching one of them fish, but you know, I remained active. I did what had to be done. I moved, so yeah, at least I tried there. But then today, getting here, setting up in that car park swim, and yeah, I seen them couple of shows between 8 and 9 o'clock, so that was enough for me to up sticks again, move up to the other end where I seen them shows. And yeah, not long after getting the rods out, it's only about 5 minutes, it went off and had that nice mid double mirror. And then yeah, a couple of hours later, having that cracking common, you know, personal best for myself common was £29, and yeah, not the late record though. You know, that was 29.6. That was caught, I think it was around August last year that came out at 29.6. This other common, so I think that's going to be in there at £30 at the minute. It's got to be, I'm sure. And if that does come out in the next month or two now, I'm sure it will go over £30. So you know, I'm still going to be trying my hardest and pushing to try and nab that one. I want to be the lake record holder of this lake. I really do. I work very hard on this lake, so you know, that's my goal, is to get this lake record on there. Knock the lad that's already got it off that pedestal. But yeah, so all in all, it's been a great session. 3 fish on the bank. Obviously, yeah, I forgot about the £14 common as well that I had towards the end of the session there. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, hit that thumbs up button and give me that like. Also subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification as well, so you know when my episodes are going up live onto YouTube, so you can stay up to date with them all. So yeah, that's it for now guys. Until next time, tight lines.